Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and you've probably seen a lot of these chat GPT things going around about XRP. I've covered some of them. It's basically people going into this chat GPT thing, which is it's AI, artificial intelligence. I actually pulled it up so you could see it at work. Right here I've typed in, you can go to it, you have to sign up, I think, for an account. Then you go to it and you can type in, like here I typed in who started Ripple Labs. Basically you can ask it anything and it'll return you an answer. Sometimes you don't like the answer, sometimes you do. Watch this. Ripple was founded in 2012 by Chris Larson and Jed McCaleb. All right, so that's all it gives you on the answer to the Ripple Labs question. Usually it gives you longer answers, but anyway. And then I saw it in the news today. Chat GPT mania sends these obscure artificial intelligence stocks soaring as hype extends beyond big caps. So this is artificial intelligence investments are going to be a big thing. And so I wanted to make you aware. Link2, who is one of my sponsors, links in the top of the description. They just added Link2 portfolio company Motive uses modern AI and IoT solutions to address a $700 billion worth of loads moved every year, massively disrupting a market that is very low and extremely inefficient. So Link2 is putting AI investments on the platform, and they've got this one now. You can go click on it and check it out. Top of the description. Zero hedge, the line is there. The committee anticipates that ongoing increases in the target range will be appropriate in order to attain a stance of monetary policy that is sufficiently restrictive to return inflation to 2% over time. So I think Jerome Powell is speaking right now. It says inflation well above goal. So I guess they're continuing their policies of raising interest rates. Now, this is interesting. Library today, sorry, I've had a cold, so I'm kind of coughing every once in a while. They tweeted this: anyone enjoying themselves exchanging some non-securities on the secondary markets today? And that's a direct reference to the judge pretty much getting the SEC to acknowledge that digital assets in the secondary market are not securities. And I don't think it's a formal judgment, but it to me, it's better clarity than these exchanges have had. And so I asked the question, hey, Coinbase, the judge in the library case has made it clear that digital assets traded in the secondary market are not securities. Now, keep in mind, before this judge said this, Coinbase and all these guys had no clarity. They didn't have, SEC wasn't telling them anything. They didn't have a court case that was telling them anything. Now they have it. They have more than they've ever had now, just with the judge saying this in court. So why not relist XRP, and why not distribute our Songbird and our Flare networks? That's the question. Now, I talked about it earlier, and go give Molly Elmore a follow. I didn't put her thing here. I'll do it in future videos to let you know. But it's Molly Elmore, and I can't remember the name of her YouTube channel, but I'm sure she's got it in her Twitter handle. So go give her a follow and go subscribe to her YouTube channel. But she did the interview with Matt Hamilton, and here's a clip where she asks Matt Hamilton how he would go about, if he wanted to sue the SEC for filing this suit, how he would go about doing a valuation of XRP. And here's his answer.
So let's just say I was an attorney and I have tons of XRP holders who are mad. We're going to sue the SEC, and you're out of work and you're good at analytical things. And I say, Matt, I need you to figure out how to quantify the harm that this lawsuit caused on XRP. Like, where would you start with that?
I'd probably go back and start with something like, the Michnik and Athi, valuation, reassess that and say, how did that work out? What are the values? What are the current values at the moment? What is realistic to expect? So they were like, they reckon it'd be 35 to 70% or whatever it was retail remittances. Well, we're clearly not near that now. But what is the total remittance market? How many RIAs, MoneyGrams, et cetera, would you need to get to that level? What do we think could have happened? MoneyGram's a good example. If MoneyGram was still working there, what would that have been like, right? So
after I saw that, I got to thinking, and this is something I've always wondered. So I'm like you, with almost all of my investments, I wonder what the valuation could get to. Well, if I'm Ripple and I'm sitting on billions of XRP, I'm really wondering what the valuation could get to. And so I've always wondered, surely Susan Athey and Robbie Mitchnick are not the last time there's been valuations models done. There's got to be people at Ripple that have done models on what this is. So I asked Matt Hamilton, I said, hey, have you ever heard of there having been any modeling done on the XRP price at Ripple, or anyone involved besides the Athey-Mitchnick valuation framework? Is this the only modeling that's ever been done that you're aware of? And he answered me and he says, Ripple has an entire XRP markets team, and included in there is an economist, data scientist, etc. So I'm guessing they may well have done internally modeling of price scenarios. You better believe they have. And I'm not speaking from anything I know. I'm just saying, surely they've done modeling. I would love to see that or hear about it. That's an open invitation. Anybody at Ripple that would like to come on and talk about what your pricing modeling is showing, I would love to see that. Cindy Young, excited to be a judge at this year's Pay 360 Awards, hosted by this company. What is this? The Payments Association, association with MasterCard. That can't be bad. Look forward to that. Okay, then Hester Pierce was on Liz Clayman's show. I'm just going to play you the first little bit of it.
Bankrupt cryptocurrency lender Celsius Network has now been accused of running a Ponzi scheme. A new report just released by a New York bankruptcy court-appointed examiner finds Celsius was using customer deposits to fund other customers' withdrawals. The examiner also found Celsius used client money to buy $558 million critical mass last.
Let's get to Hester Pierce part.
Welcome back, Commissioner Peirce. We now have a second case where a crypto operation allegedly used money customers had deposited, and they surreptitiously used it allegedly to prop up other parts of their business. What does this say about the need for regulation in the crypto space?
Well, a couple of things to bear in mind. One is that when there's a problem at a centralized entity, there can be problems in the crypto space and centralized entities, just as there are just as the problems arise in traditional finance.
She's right.
So that's one thing to remember. And that is where regulation comes in. We could set up a regulatory framework for centralized entities in the crypto space. And that's something that we need to work on. I've been calling for us to work on.
All right. It's the same old kind of talk, just same talk. There's nothing going to change. Just she's going to keep talking about it. And I acknowledge that she's one of the good guys. Okay. This is from Wrath of Kahneman. This looks, he says he's not 100% sure, but it looks like a section from a Ripple new listing for Ripple, head of total rewards and HR. You'll have the opportunity to be the strategic, creative, and highly impactful in developing plans, programs, projects, and systems that enable Ripple as a pre-IPO upstart to accelerate from 500 global employees through the company's next stage of growth and development. Reporting to the Vice President of People. I didn't know there was a Vice President of People. This role will lead a team of 5 across compensation, benefits, global. It says it's hiring at the fastest pace in the company's history, and it's also in a unique position of being at the forefront of fintech innovation with cryptocurrency XRP. This role will have the unique opportunity to design a compensation strategy for how Ripple uses XRP internally as a strategic asset and differentiator in the market. Could be interesting. Okay, then we've got, this is Patrick McHenry, who he is the majority, Patrick McHenry is I don't know what his title is, but Tom Emmer's the majority whip. Patrick McHenry, I think he's the head of the finance committee. Listen to what he said is about to go down.
Advances in technology have benefited consumers, but they've also created gaps in our laws, especially when it comes to consumer financial data. We must modernize and strengthen our existing protections under Gramm-Leach-Bliley to ensure consumers control their data. Second, digital assets. Gary Gensler's regulation through enforcement isn't protecting consumers. Americans have lost billions of dollars in digital assets to bad actors on his watch. It's our job as legislators to provide clear rules of the road for this technology, and that those clear rules of the road need to protect consumers while allowing innovation to thrive here in the United States. And I think we can achieve that balance. This is why I've created a subcommittee on digital assets, chaired by Congressman Hill. Finally, enhancing capital formation opportunities, just as we did a little over a decade ago with the Bipartisan Jobs Act under a Republican House, a Democrat Senate, and a Democratic president. It's my hope we can build on that success. Republicans will also return the committee's attention to responsible but rigorous oversight of the executive branch, as is our constitutional duty. After 2 years of House Democrats giving the Biden administration a pass, Republicans will ensure rogue Democrat regulators stay focused on their statutory mission and congressional intent rather than bowing to progressive activists both here and abroad. You can expect to see Chair Gensler and Director Chopra here often. Let me conclude with this.
Gensler and Chopra are going to be there often. I want to finish with this. David Schwartz tweeted this out. What's going on in this photo? Wrong answers preferred. Well, this photo is from one of my favorite documentaries. I thought this was funny. This is called a documentary called The King of Kong. This guy right here is the guy that set the Donkey Kong record. You've heard me say on this channel a lot that it's on like Donkey Kong. Well, this is the Donkey Kong documentary. And this guy right here achieved the highest score on Donkey Kong like a long time ago, back in the 80s. And then this documentary takes you through, it follows a guy that's trying to beat the record and all the drama. This is a whole new world. It's a fascinating documentary. Go check it out. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, and tell your friends and family, I just thought this. Is David Schwartz trying to tell us that it is on like Donkey Kong? I don't know.